So now I think it's time to start. So
yeah, no problem.
It's our great pleasure to see Professor Srirang Ramchandra Yadav with a talk on Flora of Western Ghats in India. So please, Professor, it's a great pleasure for us to have your talk today.
Right. May I start now, sir?
Yes, please start. Mm-hmm.
So, namaskar to everyone attending this seminar. I am thankful to Professor Dimitri and his team for giving me opportunity to interact with researchers, scientists from Russia. I know this is a period Russia is going in a stress because of war, and I thought that let us take them to Western Ghats, show some plants, and to some extent relax our mind. Always you people must be under tension. So Dr. Sokolov and his team visited India, and that opened the doors for our research. Today I will be talking on Flora of Western Ghats, and this Western Ghats is an important biogeographical zone of our country, and floristic diversity of India. It is one of the mega diverse countries of the world. And you know, presently, India supports, or from India, about 21,849 species have been recorded. This is data on December 2022. Similarly, gymnosperms, this data is I have given. I need not to go to those figures, but angiosperms are represented by about 22,000 angiosperms. Now, Western Ghats. This is one area. This is a peninsular India. Whole is a peninsular India. And you know, this is right from Tapi River to Kanyakumari. This is the small strip which is occupied by Western Ghats. This is that strip. And you know, this strip has a great significance for India. Reason is, it plays important role in hydrological cycle of India. So clouds coming from Arabian Sea get stuck to this Western Ghats, and lot of rain is poured in Western Ghats. And then another thing, this entire peninsular India climate is controlled by Western Ghats. We have very good climate also, and that is because of Western Ghats. And third point, which is very important, it supports 12,000 species of plants, including all flowering plants and lower plants. So this is a strip which is very important for us. Now, if you see, it occupies just 5% of country's area, India's area. Only 5% it occupies, but it possesses 26 to 27% of total angiosperms of India, and other groups also equally represented in this. So this is a strip which is, from biodiversity point of view, is of great significance. At the same time, this strip supports growth of 5,588 indigenous flowering plants, and of which about 2,253 are endemic. So in other words, this Western Ghats supports about 2,250 species of flowering plants endemic to this region. And you know, every year, about 20 to 30 species are added to this Western Ghats. So it is an area still underexplored, and there are many inaccessible places. Another important thing I should tell you, this Western Ghat has a great significance in the entire economy of peninsular India. All perennial rivers, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, they originate in Western Ghats and then they flow eastwards and reach to the Bengal Sagar. So the entire area is irrigated by rivers which originate in Western Ghats. So the entire agriculture of peninsular India is dependent on Western Ghats. So it is a very important region for India. Now you see this Western Ghats, right from this is the Tapi river here, from Tapi to Kanyakumari, it is about 1600 kilometers in length, and Western Ghats can be divided into three major parts. One is Southern Western Ghats, which mainly they occupy evergreen forest, wet evergreen forest. Then we have Central Western Ghats, which are intermediate. And when you come to Maharashtra, our Northern Western Ghats, it is little bit dried. So as you go from north to south, the diversity goes on increasing and forest becomes evergreen. In this area, we have mostly moist deciduous forest. Here it is evergreen forest and it is wet evergreen forest. So approximately this is the way Western Ghats can be divided into three parts: Northern Western Ghats, Central Western Ghats, and Southern Western Ghats. So, Southern Western Ghats occupy, mostly they are in Kerala, state of Kerala, and total area is about 1,64,280 square kilometers. And in this Western Ghats, no, if you see altitudinal range, we have some important peaks, that is Kalsubai, Saller, Dodabetta, Makurti, and Annamudi. Annamudi is the highest peak, and the altitude is about 2,695. So highest peaks we get. Then north of this Krishna river, it flows here, and northern part of Krishna is made up of Deccan traps of the basalt rock. So in this area, we have basalt rock, and south part of the Krishna river is made up of our Precambrian Archeous crystalline hard rocks. So these are hard, right? And they are Precambrian hard rocks. So this is something about biogeography, about geology. So it is an account of flowering plants of Western Ghats. Total flowering plant species are 7,400. Indigenous species are 5,588. And plants endemic to India, also found in Western Ghats, that total area comes to 2,253. And exclusively only found in Western Ghats is 1,273. There are exotics also which are creating problems. Alien weeds, they are spreading in Western Ghats, and some are naturalized species. There are 376. Cultivated and planted species are about 1,438. And all these species, 7,400, belong to 210 families and 1,480 genera. Total taxa described, including varieties and subspecies, is 7,995. This is the latest data which I am presenting, and these are flowering plants of Western Ghats. Then one thing we should remember, that it is a global biodiversity hotspot. Not only it is a hotspot, but it is also declared as one of the 8 hottest hotspots of biodiversity. And on Western Ghats, there is a lot of pressure, human pressure, developmental pressure, and therefore most of the areas under threat. Although it is a global biodiversity hotspot, this is under, great pressure. It is also a Gondwana land. So very ancient forests, ancient species are preserved in these Western Ghats. And right from Tapi River to Kanyakumari, it is about 1600 kilometers in length. And there are gaps, Ghat areas. So this is the gap which is known as Palakkad Gap, where there are no mountains. So this is known as Palakkad Ghat, and the entire area is humid and tropical, humid region, and has tropical climate. Now, you see, I told you about rivers. These are very important rivers. These are Western Ghats. And you know, about 60 medium to large rivers originate in Western Ghats. So you can understand their importance. These water is a major, resource of human beings. And 60 rivers originate in Western Ghats. Major rivers include Krishna, Godavari, and Kaveri. These are the main rivers which flow eastwards and join Bay of Bengal. Their larger tributaries of these rivers include Tunga, Bhadra, Bhima, Malprabha, Hemavati, Kabini, and so on. Similarly, these are eastward flowing rivers. Westwards, which go to this one, Arabian Sea, are Periyar, Bharatapuzha, Netravati, Sharavati, Mandovi, Kapuri, and Zuri. So these rivers flow eastwards. Now these rivers, why I showed, these are lifelines of peninsular India. Lifelines, I say. The water tables in Western Ghats are recharged during rainy season, and this water is released during summer season, winter season, and these are perennial rivers originating from Western Ghats, and these are Krishna, Godavari, and Kaveri. The entire economy of peninsular India depends on these rivers, and that's why they are of great significance to us. Now see these rivers flowing from Western Ghats, and these rivers supply water, potable water, water for agriculture, water for industries, and that way these rivers are of great significance. They originate in Western Ghats and flow towards east. Westward flowing rivers are of little, their water we are not able to use, but eastward flowing rivers are of significance to all of us. So you can see the beautiful riverine vegetation in Western Ghats and the rivers flowing in Western Ghats, which are lifelines of peninsular India. Now, forest types. So there are different forest types. The Western Ghat harbors one of the finest tropical forests in the world. So tropical moist evergreen forest, they flourish at an elevation from 200 to 1500 meters along the western slopes with a rainfall about 2500 to 5000 millimeter. This is a tropical moist evergreen forest are mainly in Kerala. As you go up, come northwards, we have moist deciduous forests. Then we have dry deciduous forests also on eastern side, scrub forest, then shola forests, which are unique, shola forest, which are evergreen forest, and northern Western Ghats are very well known for plateaus. They, from 1000 to 2000 meter height, these plateaus are spread. I will be showing you what is the diversity of plateaus. So these are very unique. Then pit box occurs in Nilgiri also, and very ancient ecosystem, that is Myristica swamp or fresh water swamps, are found in Western Ghats, and they are very, very ancient, more than 100 million years old ecosystems. They are existing in Western Ghats. So that way, different kinds of forests, different kinds of habitats we do get in Western Ghats, and because of which we have this one. So this is a wet evergreen forest. You can see, so it is a lush evergreen forest with a great diversity of orchids, then ground flora, and then trees, climbers, and so on. So this kind of forest we get in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, Kerala. And you can see this forest, this is a path. These are very steep slopes, and these forests are found in Western Ghats. See these valleys, deep valleys. Many times it is very difficult to reach those valleys. So these are tropical moist evergreen forests, which are found in South part. So just I am showing you these types of forests, tropical moist evergreen forests. So when you come to Karnataka, I mean in Karnataka part or central Western Ghats and northern Western Ghats, usually we get such a kind of forest which come under fall under tropical moist evergreen forests. Right. See, these are tropical moist evergreen forests, and this in south. See this tropical moist evergreen forest and these rocks. Then this is a Bentinkia codopana, which is an endemic palm which grows on slopes, and nowhere else we find it. The genus is endemic to India and only found in Nilgiri range, Palni hills. So in Kerala, we get this unique palm, Bentinkia codopana. Systematic position is also unique in palms. So this palm we get on such a steep slopes. This palm only we get steep slopes. We don't get in plains. And here, only at inaccessible places, these palms are found and they survive. Because our elephants in South India, if they are able to reach this palm, the elephants eat this palm, and therefore only at inaccessible places these palms are found. Right, semi-evergreen forest now. These are in northern Western Ghats. Then we have, this Shola forest, which is a very unique ecosystem. At peaks of the mountains in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, you find these grasslands. All these are grasslands. And in valleys, we find tree vegetation. So these are called as Shola forest in India. These are very unique, and many endemic species are found in these Shola forests. These are unique panoramas in Western Ghats and really unique ecosystems. Here we get gaur, we get deers and so on. So these are the important places. You can see this Shola forest at Baba Budan Hills in Chikmagalur district, Karnataka, Shola forest, and these hills. So top of the hills, they are covered with grasslands, and the valleys are with trees. But these trees do not occupy these hills. Why they don't occupy these hills is yet to be understood by people, but these Shola forests are unique. You can see this Shola forest. And Western Ghat, one of the major trait to Western Ghat is plantation of tea, coffee, and rubber plantation. Most of the evergreen forests have been replaced by plantation of our tea plantation, rubber plantation, and coffee plantation. So they cut the forest and they plant these trees for economy, but because of this, we have lost a lot of original prestigious forests from Western Ghats. Now you see this Shola forest. Now these are the Strobilanthes species. Strobilanthes. Kunti we call Strobilanthus. Entire hill becomes pink. Okay, entire hill become pink. You can see this valley, and when it comes, these Strobilanthus species, they are very unique in Western Ghats. More than 45 species of Strobilanthus grow in Western Ghats, and they are flagship species. Anywhere you go in Western Ghats, you will get some species of Strobilanthus, and these Strobilanthus are also unique. Each species flowers after some period. They are monocarpic. They flower after 3 years, 5 years, 17 years. So some species flower after 17 years. So they are unique in their phenology. And I don't think we have, scientists have done sufficient research on their flowering. So that is one thing, Shola forest. So all these are Shola forests, and these are the Shola island, Shola lands. Okay, so grasslands, Shola forest I showed. At the top of mountains, especially in Kerala, Karnataka, and especially Tamil Nadu, the top of mountains, whole soil is washed away, and this rock, Precambrian rocks, Archean rocks are exposed, and on these rocks also we get some vegetation, and there unique species are adapted to these rocky areas. So you can see these rocky areas, unique species, unique grasses, unique impatiens we get in these areas. Many endemics we get in this. So this is one thing. You can see these rocks where soil cannot stay, heavy rains, and because of these rocks are exposed, and we have a very different panorama of these hills. You can see these rocks at the top of, so rocky tops of the mountains, which are boulders, and these are Archean rocks. Very, right from Precambrian period, these rocks are existing, and they are very old. So like that, at some places we find these rocks, boulders, and in this we get many Asclepiads or xerophytic plants also. So this is another feature, ecological feature, you can say, or geographical feature of Western Ghats. Now, vegetation, riverine vegetation is one of the very important vegetation. Rivers, all along the rivers we have this vegetation, which is also unique. They have unique composition. The species which grow along riverbeds are very different from other part of forest. So these are riverine forests. And I told you another very important ecosystem which I have seen is swamp forest or freshwater swamps. Now you can see this Pinanga dixoni, which is endemic. This is a palm. And here you can see knee-shaped roots. So here we have one plant known as Gymnacranthera canary, which is endemic, which is threatened, which is a component of Myristica swamp. We call it as a Myristica swamp, and it has knee-shaped roots, very unique adaptations, and it is a freshwater swamps, and you can see this stem of Gymnacranthera canary. This is also a freshwater swamp, Myristica swamp, and this is Myristica malabarica, Myristica magnifica. So this is also very, this family itself is a very primitive family, and this ecosystem is existing in Western Ghats since 100 million years. You can see these tilt roots which supports growth of these trees. Trees can stand erect because of these roots. Okay, they give support from all sides. This is also a unique adaptation of this Myristica magnifica, and these are knee-shaped roots of Gymnacranthera canary for breathing roots. They are known as breathing roots. So this ecosystem is also very unique, and in this unique ecosystem we have some unique species. I have shown only two, Myristica magnifica and Gymnacranthera canary. So these are from Myristicaceae. So this is a unique ecosystem. Then we have dry deciduous forests. So these are dry deciduous forests. And here we have Terminalias, Tectona grandis. These are the species which are mostly common, but Tectona grandis is an important component of Western Ghats. And it is, Europeans or Britishers, they came, they were interested in Tectona grandis for that valuable wood. And therefore, a lot of plantations have been done in Western Ghats at the cost of original forest. So majority places, we get Tectona grandis, which is economically very important. And these are dry deciduous forests. Then on eastern side, where there is a less rainfall, in that we have the scrub forest, scrubby forest, where we get spiny, short, stunted growth. So these are dry areas where we get these scrub forests. So these are the types of forests. Similarly, India is blessed with rains, and we have beautiful, aquatic ecosystems, lakes, ponds, puddles, and we have heavy rainfalls, and therefore India is very rich in aquatic plants. Now this is from Vaibhavwadi, Achirne stream. You can see this. This is a stream in which you can see these aquatic plants. This is a world below water surface. Okay, so only these heads of Eriocolon have come out. So this is a aquatic ecosystem, and we have 2/3 world's aquatic plant in India. So you see this stream and see the beautiful vegetation of our streams in Western Ghats, as well as in Konkan region. We have these streams, and these are the beautiful species. Many are there: Rotalas, then cypress, then Eriocolon, Cetaceum. These grow in this water, and that is another unique feature of Western Ghats. Number of species we have, aquatic species we have. Many of them are endemic, some of them are endangered. Then we have, Western Ghats, which is the west coast. They are very near to west coast, and that littoral forest we get on western sides from Western Ghats. So these are Rhizophora forest. So this is a littoral forest, Rhizophora, Bruguera, and Sonaracea. All these form this evergreen forest along the seashore. So this is also part of Western Ghats. So you can see this Western Ghat littoral forest. Now Saler, this is what are those peaks I told you? Saler is peak in Western Ghats with 1,567 meter in height, which is in Nashik district. In northern Western Ghat, we have these peaks. Now this is photographed in summer, but in rainy season, if you see lot of grasses, Ceropegias, we get, Ceropegias grow on these rocks. So that we will see. Another is in Maharashtra, in northern Western Ghat, Kalsubai is the highest peak. Its height is 1,646 meters, Ahmednagar district in Maharashtra. This is that Kalsubai peak, and it is the highest peak in northern Western Ghats. Then Annamudi is the highest peak in Western Ghats. Annamudi peak, which is unique. Unique species are adapted, and here we almost temperate climate exists. So in Western Ghat, right from tropical climate to temperate climate we get, and therefore we have very good diversity of plants. So it is in Idukki district, and the peak has 2,695 meters altitude. So this is the peak. These are the peaks of Western Ghats. This is a Bhimgad Fort. It is a fort, and this fort is also unique. There are, paths, very difficult paths to reach at the top. So it is in Belgaum district of Karnataka, Bhimgad. Then we have plateaus. This is very unique for botanist or any biologist or any amateur. These plateaus are unique in Western Ghats, especially in northern Western Ghats. Now you see, this is a soil, some kind of soil at the top of the mountain. Okay, on the top of the mountain, there are rocky slabs, lateritic rocky slabs, 3 to 4 meter in height. So they are 3 to 4 meter in height, and these plateaus, rocky plateaus, form just like tablelands or tabletops of Western Ghats. And these tabletops are very unique in climatic conditions. Always they are in mist during rainy season. There are heavy rains on this. These are inaccessible places. So many endemic species are restricted to these plateaus. And these plateaus, I will take you to these plateaus. See these plateaus, unfortunately now, windmills are coming on these plateaus. And this is that flat top, and this is the vegetation below this rocky slab. So this is like a slab, and on that we have these plateaus and this vegetation below. So this way they are surrounded by lush green vegetation, but the top is of rock. So you can see this rainy season, it will look like this. These are the slopes of this top, mountain top, and these are the mountain tops. These are the slabs which are very flat and unique. So these plateaus are rich in bauxite, aluminium. So many people are interested in mining these areas, and some places even permission is given for mining, and these plateaus are broken, and this mining is done for bauxite and aluminium extraction. Similarly, magnesium also they want to exploit. Nobody understands that these are the unique plateaus in the world, one of the unique plateaus in the world. And on these plateaus, in summer, you will see barren rocks, no vegetation. You can see as if it is a dry desert. It is not. When rain comes, slowly these plateaus start becoming green. Okay, you can see these grasses have started becoming green. There are ponds, puddles, and after first monsoon, they start blooming. I mean, they start life activity start on these plateaus. And these plateaus, you see, about in the time of 15th June, around 15th June, the plateaus start looking green. And then as you go further, in August, September, these whole plateaus get flooded with various kinds of flowers with various colors. You can see these colors. Same plateau which I showed to you. In summer, they are like this. And then with rains, they become like this. So these are the plateaus which need protection, but unfortunately, for human greed and mining, really protecting our plateaus is a major issue. And many companies are interested in mining this bauxite from these plateaus. So these are the plateaus. On the same plateau, I am showing you some views, plateaus of northern Western Ghats. You can see these impatiens, iriocolans, utricularias, murdanias, all this is flooded with flowers. So this way, these plateaus are unique. And this slide always I show to people. This slide I took on 19th September 1993. This is a karst plateau. And you can see this blue is the utricularia. Then this pink is our impatiens. And these white heads are our iriocolans. So such a beautiful area. And people thought that there is no biodiversity. Only when I started working on it, I have showed to the people that these plateaus are unique, not only unique, they have unique biodiversity, and therefore this karst plateau presently now declared as a World Heritage Site. So such a plateaus are found in northern Western Ghats, and therefore northern Western Ghats are known for plateaus, And these places have now become as a tourist places. And in India, tourism, people are not really, serious about ecotourism. They go and many times it becomes problem, and that way vegetation is under threat. Now see this Ghats plateau only I am showing you. In September end, this Senecio, there is one Senecio bombens. This species comes in flowering, the entire plateau becomes golden yellow. So see these plateaus in Western Ghats, which are unique, and every one of you should visit these plateaus, especially in the month of September end or October first week. These are unique places to visit. You can see these plateaus. Now this is a very unique plant. This is a Senecio, plus there is a Cytoclinia lutea. All these plants grow, and this way plateaus become golden yellow. Okay. On the plateaus, we have ponds and puddles, small ponds. In that ponds and puddles, you get rotalas, you get pogostemons, and we get many other plants, and they look like this. So this is a panoramas, or these are the slides which I have taken on plateaus, and these are the plants which grows in ponds on plateaus. Okay, so plateaus in northern Western Ghats, you can see this is from Amboli. Professor Dimitri has visited Amboli, and these, you can see these rocky plateaus, and this impatiens coming up, utricularias are coming up, and plateaus are blooming like anything. So these plateaus are unique. Now this slide shows you, this is, you can see these bunches. This is a plant known as Strobilanthes crobiculata. For last 4 or 5 years, I am watching this plant because it flowers after 17 years. Once it flowers, fruits, and then it dies. So only after 17 years, these plants come into flowering, and then they die. They are monocarpic, and such a Strobilanthes genus is very unique in Western Ghats, which needs studies on genetic diversity, flowering, mechanisms, and so on, how they take place in different Strobilanthes species. So this is the Amboli region. Then these plateaus, these are the plateaus. You can see this plateau. And then these are the western slopes of plateaus. And these are the mountains which are covered with these grasslands, right? So these grasslands gives panoramic views during August, September, October, November, you can come. Now, gregarious flowering. This is Strobilanthes sessilis. Strobilanthes sessilis, entire population comes in flowering, and the entire population is pink. You can see this gregarious flowering in Strobilanthes species. Only I am showing this is one. There are many others. Once they flower, the entire mountain tops become colored, especially with pink color or blue color. So this is a older name Pleocaulus sessilis. New name is a Strobilanthes sessilis. So you can see this, how it flowers. So this way also, there are unique things to understand in Western Ghats. Now you see these slopes, and on these slopes, steep slopes we cannot reach, and number of plant species grow in this area, and these are wonderful areas of northern Western Ghats. I showed you northern Western Ghats, how they look, and those plateaus, how they are unique for all of us. I mean, they are very unique for every one of us. Then northern Western Ghats, this is from Tapi to Kanyakumari. These mountains are raised sometime about 70 million years ago. I mean, at the end of Cretaceous period, it is said that these mountains have formed through volcanic activity. Now you can see these western slopes. These are the western slopes of Western Ghats, and they are very steep. we cannot reach. And these are the panoramic views of these mountains, black mountains. Okay. So all these are unique for every one of us. And you can see these grasses growing on these mountains and steep slopes, and many places we cannot reach for collection also. So I told there are many inaccessible places where people can discover many new discoveries, but that needs lot of efforts, and this one. So these are the Northern Western Ghats which I have introduced to you. See these rock formations, right? Unique rock formations, and these are the Archean rocks which are found. And you see Yana, there is one place known as Yana in Udupi district of Karnataka, which are in the central Western Ghats. These are central Western Ghats. And you see these rocks, all of a sudden through forest, they are coming up. And they are called two goddesses, gods, Shankar and Parvati. This is a Shankar and this is Parvati, like that they are named. These are religious places, and the rock is of unique type. Okay, so this is a rock. There is a temple of Shankar also. So people go and worship there. So these are the rocks which are unique. And this forest, this is a forest around this Yana. In Yana, we have forest. And here you can see a very good vegetation. See this forest. This is a forest. And you can see these palms. These are Corypha umbraculifera. This Corypha umbraculifera is a palm which is monocarpic. Not only monocarpic, it produces largest panicle in the world. And that way, this is a unique palm which is found in Yana forest, and one should go and visit such a forest. Okay. Now, in Western Ghats, we have centers of endemism. Agasti Malai peak, which has 189 endemics, exclusively endemic to Agasti Malai. It is a very important peak in Western Ghats, which is found in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Then Annamalai high ranges, we have 94 endemic plants. Palni Hills, this is also 43 endemic plants. Wayanad, Kodagu, this is also in Kerala. We have 150 endemic species. Shimoga, this is a place where we have about 58 endemic plant species. Mahabaleshwar, where I am near to Mahabaleshwar. Mahabaleshwar, Khandala, we have 63 species which are exclusively endemic to these peaks. Konkan, Raigad, we have 50. Marathwada, Satpura, we have 27 endemic plants. So these are endemic plants found in Western Ghats. And you know, this will be very important because we are biologists and especially botanists. Our purpose is to tell people, government, about what are the species which are very rare. So extremely rare taxa of Western Ghats, we have made list. You can see this: Neuracanthus, Nisianus, Guneus notonum, Pimpinella pulniensis, Chiropygia maculata, Oyanthus deccanensis, Vernonia recurva, and so on. Just I have given list. And here, role of botanist comes because collection of seeds, collection of germplasm, propagation, restoration of these species. In that program, taxonomists have to play a major role because other people do not know about what are the endangered plant, threatened plants of Western Ghats, what can be done about their survival. So this is a list which we have made, and you can see this extremely rare taxa of Western Ghats, some of them. I will not read all the names, but just for understanding, I have told there are many species which need attention for conservation. So, state-wise, if you see, Western Ghats are spread right from Maharashtra to Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and Goa. All these states are, we get this Western Ghats. So here we have some data, sorry. Some data you can see. Karnataka, we have 2,795 dicots, 1,500 monocots, 3,810 total species. Same this data also I will not discuss. Reason is these figures are not that important. As a Western Ghat, it is a very rich area. That is what I want to say. Now, another feature of Western Ghat is waterfalls. Okay, unique waterfalls we get, and these waterfalls, these are beautiful panoramas. Lot of tourists come, and these are unique ecosystems where unique plants grow. Family Podostemoniaceae, okay, with pseudo-embryo sac and many embryological peculiarity. These members, they grow in this running water. Now, how they survive, how they grow, it is a unique thing, their ecological adaptations. But in these waterfalls, we have plants which are uniquely adapted to grow in these waterfalls. There are many. So these are waterfalls in Western Ghats, which is also unique feature of the Western Ghats. Jog Falls waterfall, which is world famous waterfall on Sharavati river in Karnataka. Elevation is 488 meters. Right from bottom to this, elevation is 488 meters. It is the deepest waterfall in India and third highest plunge also. So this says, you can see this waterfall, Dudhsagar. Sorry, not Dudhsagar, Jog Fall. Girasappa, also called as Girasappa. And you know, in this waterfall, a grass was reported that is Hubardia heptanuron, which is a separate tribe in Gramini, and it is a monotypic grass. This is the Sharavati river. This was not reported for last 90 or almost 100 years. Then we collected it and we have restored that grass in Western Ghat. That is a different story. Now see these palms. Now I told you that Coripa in Yana forest. See this. This is the inflorescence, and it produces largest panicle. Okay, largest panicle in the world. This is found in Yana forest, and this is the palm which we have grown in our garden, and it has come this year in flowering and fruiting. So you can see this. This is a Coripa umbraculifera, monotypic palm with largest panicle in the world. It is monocarpic, sorry, monocarpic palm. So these are the palm. Similarly, we have this palm, which is a dichotomously branched palm. Usually, we don't get aerial dichotomous branching in monocots, but in palms. So this is a dichotomously branched palm, which is found on western side of Western Ghats. So this is endemic to our west coast. And there are some unique plants like, you know, see this, our Dillenia indica. So this is a Dillenia indica, which when it flowers, it is a tree. And see this, there are a lot of scope for botanical research in India. Okay. And see these fruits, which are also used as a medicine also. Okay. Then I am showing some of the trees of Western Ghats to you. Some of the trees, not all the trees, some of the trees. This is Saraka Ashoka, which is a very important medicinal plant, not very common, but when it flowers, the entire tree is flooded with this, you know, bright red flowers. So this is Saraka Ashoka, another important plant. Then this is Erythrina stricta. This is another tree, but it grows in a dry deciduous forest, not in evergreen forest. And its flowers are beautifully colored. These are bird-pollinated flowers. Then this is another endemic palm, Artocarpus. This is Artocarpus hirsuta. And these fruits, they are, these These are edible, and these, our wild animals, especially mammals, depend on this tree, but its populations are going down. Economically, it is very important, and it plays important role in maintenance of primates or mammals in Western Ghats. So this is another palm. See this Ficus auriculata. See the fruiting ability. Okay, see the fruiting. These fruits are edible also. So such trees are there which can be used as a trees for economic purpose, as a food also. So in coming with climate change, probably such a trees can help us in production of more food. So you can see this fruiting ability of this tree, and these are edible. Ficus auriculata. So a wonderful diversity we do get, and I get fascinated with this wonderful diversity. You see this Euonymus indicus, which is endemic. This is a fruit, Euonymus. It grows in evergreen forest. This is a flower. You can see this is a flower, right? And this is a fruit. You can see this aril, beautiful aril, and this is the seed. So these are the Celastraceae members. Then this is a Lophopetalum whiteianum. Lophopetalum whiteianum, again a Celastraceae member, and unique. Then we have Elaeocarpus, about 20, more than 20 species of Elaeocarpus are found in Western Ghats, and they have beautiful flowers, right? Beautiful flowers. And each tree is really invaluable for the world, not only India, invaluable for the world. You can see this diversity of this one. Now, you know, in Western Ghats, there are 6 tree genera which are monotypic tree genera of Western Ghats. There are 6, and you know, this Blepharistemma membranifolia. This is Rhizoporaceae member, which is a member of evergreen forest, and this is monotypic. It's endemic to Western Ghats. It is, I mean, very ancient species, and it is adapted to evergreen forest. This needs conservation activities. Then this is a Caralia brachiata, another plant from Rhizoporaceae, which is adapted to Western Ghats, to evergreen forest. This is Caralia brachiata, Rhizoporaceae, but it is not endemic. It is widely spread. These are the seeds we grow in garden. Then Mamiya suriga, of course, major distribution is in India, but in Western Ghats, it is one of the common plant, and these flowers are used economically. This is used for spices, and these flower buds are used in medicine. So this is another tree which is a wonderful tree of Western Ghats. Western Ghats are known for Garcinia species. You know, today obesity is a problem, and these plants keep your weight constant. They don't allow, if you take this plant, I mean fruit juice and this, your weight will not increase. That is the speciality of this plant. This is Garcinia indica, which is endemic to Western Ghats and economically very important. Many products are made out of this plant. Medicines have come out of this plant. So this is another important bioresource of Western Ghats. This is Plesioneran indicum. Okay, Plesioneran indicum. Again, it is a, we call it is a Clusiaceae or Guttiperi. This is a monotypic endemic tree genus of Western Ghats. Monotypic endemic tree genus restricted to evergreen forest, right? Hydnocarpus pentandrus is also a medicinal plant endemic to Western Ghats. So these are some of the trees which are found endemic. Now this is a Terminalia paniculata. You can see these panicle fruits, and it flowering, and the trees are in flowering and fruiting. It is common in Western Ghats, especially in dry deciduous or moist deciduous forest. Everywhere this plant grows, but it is endemic to Western Ghats. This is our state tree, Lagerstomia speciosa, with beautiful flowers, and therefore it is made as a state tree of our state tree of Maharashtra. So this is Lagerstomia, a beautiful ornamental tree. Now there are some trees which are threatened species, endangered species, among them Syzygium stocksii, which is endemic, and it is only found along streams, and you can see these fruits. This is also a threatened species, tree species of Western Ghats. Eugenias, many Eugenia species are found. Many of them are endemic to Western Ghats. So here, Syzygium hemispericum, this is endemic. Syzygium claviflorum, this is endemic. Syzygium litum, of course, it is found in Ceylon also. Syzygium rubicundum, Syzygium hilarioides, Syzygium gelanicum. These are some of the species of Syzygium and Eugenia from Myrtaceae, which are endemic to Western Ghats. And they have great potential as ornamental plants, as economic plants, as evergreen plants, but bioprospecting of these trees have not come. Then another plant in Western Ghat, anytime when you go to Western Ghat, you will find one plant that is our Mimicillon umbulatum. Anywhere you go in Western Ghats, okay, a main crest, you will get this plant, and when it flowers, Mimicillon umbulatum, when it flowers, you can see these flowers on branches. It is cauliflorous, and throughout Western Ghat, we have such a beautiful tree in Western Ghats. Okay, Mimicillon. This is our Holygarna arnoltiana, which is endemic and poisonous tree. But this poisonous tree, if we do phytochemical analysis, probably we may yield some biomolecules which will be active biomolecules useful in drug discoveries. So this is another Holygarna grahami. This is also poisonous plant. Holygarna is a genus which has many species endemic to Western Ghats. So this is from dry deciduous forest. This is Lania coromandeliana. Okay, how it looks. This is the view during this April-May time. And India is known for mango. So when mango comes in flowering, you can see this flowering, Mangifera indica, and it is one of the most delicious fruit of the world. And it is called as a king of fruits. And I mean, it is we have number of varieties, number of local races, okay, which are of great significance, and mango tree plays important role in economy of the country. So this is a Mangifera indica, which is common in Western Ghat. Now this is Disoxylum mulbaricum, which is endemic to Western Ghat. You can see this tree, and these are the fruits. This is the fruit. And you know, during last 2-3 years, people have identified more than 20 alkaloids from these, which are anti-HIV, which are anti-cancerous, and many more uses have come. These are endemic. They were not known to the people. Now taxonomists are helping phytochemists or doctors to bioprospect these plants. Okay. So this is a Sterculia urens, from which we get Karaya gum, and you see this bark, white bark. It is also from dry deciduous forest. It is economically very important tree, and gum is extracted from this. So this is a Sterculiaceae member, and these are the fruits. So some trees I am just telling you. Firmania colorata, another beautiful tree for roadside plantation, and red color, orange red colored fruits, then flowers, and it looks like this in summer season. Then this is another beautiful tree of Western Ghats, that is Bombax ciba, which occurs throughout Western Ghats, especially in moist and dry deciduous forest, and the entire tree is flooded with red flowers, large red flowers, which produce abundant nectar, and you find many birds feeding on that nectar. This is another plant of great significance in maintaining biodiversity of Western Ghats. This is Erinocarpus pneumoniae, monotypic endemic tree genus from Malvaceae. Monotypic endemic tree genus. You can see this. I need not to go. Fruits are echinate, and that way it is unique. Then we have Popia ponga, endemic tree. Fruits are winged. This is a Dipterocarpaceae member, right? Then Mapia foetida story, I will not repeat, but in short, I will tell you, in last 20 years, lot of wood is extracted of this Mapia foetida because it yields camptothecin, and it has become very important tree. Now it has become rare. It is exploited to great extent for extraction of camptothecin. So this is another medicinal plant. Taberni montana alternifolia is alternative source for camptothecin. This is also a wonderful tree of our Western Ghats. We have Alia dioica, then Jasminum robustum, then Chivonanthus mala ilangi. These plants from Oleacaceae we get in Western Ghats. Okay. Then Calicarpa lanata. So see the flowers. So I get fascinated with the beauty of flowers. You know, research is one part, right? Bioprospecting in another part. But you know, the beauty of flowers really makes me so happy and keeps me young. So this is a Tectona grandis, which is a very important tree, timber tree, and it is grown throughout India, not only in Western Ghats. So this is about some trees I showed. I can show you many trees because we have to, I cannot show all the trees. Now you see some of the plant species I will show you. This is Strobilanthes crobiculata, and see in rock crevices it grows. And this entire plant, when it comes in flowering, there are no leaves, only flowers. It flowers after 16 to 17 years, produces seeds, and then it dies and new population comes. That population will again come in flowering after 16 or 17 years. This is Strobilanthes crobiculata. There, you see this flowering of Strobilanthes crobiculata. Then this is Strobilanthes callosa, which is very common in Western Ghats. We get honey from this plant, but you see, when it flowers profusely, gregariously, it flowers and enter mountain is flooded with these kinds of flowers. So many insects, so many bees, and so on. So this is a plant. And then lateritic plateaus, I was telling you. So here you can see this Amboli region where Professor Dimitri and his team has visited. These are the plateaus, and here you get impatiens, eriocolans, murdanias, grasses, rotalas, and they are wonderful sites during August, September, October. You can see these rocky plateaus and the beauty of rocky plateaus. So impatiens, you can see this impatiens, and this is impatiens lavae. This white color is Utricularia purpurascens. Okay, so these are the plants, impatiens lavae. These are natural plants, not planted. When you go to the lower plateaus, lower latitude plateaus, you get this is a Dipcadi concanes. Okay, this Dipcadi, see the population of Dipcadi concanes. It is very common, locally abundant, but it also comes under threatened plant because it is restricted in distribution in northern part of Maharashtra, in Konkan part of the Maharashtra. So see this population. Then on a higher altitude, on rocky substratum, this species grows. It is a Rotala floribunda, again endemic to Western Ghats. Then we have Utricularia purpurascens. Okay, so You can see this Utricularia purpurascens. Then we have Utricularia alboceruleum. A wonderful diversity in herbaceous flora I am showing you. And this is the species which we have described, Utricularia baboi. See this species, it looks beautiful. Then this is Utricularia malbarica and this Eriocolans, right? Eriocolans, right? So these are the Utricularia graminifolia, Utricularia janarthanami, Utricularia polygalloides, Utricularia scandens, and Utricularia striatula. More than 25 species of Utricularia we get in Western Ghats. Lot of scope for studies. Similarly, one family, that is our Podostemaceae, which has about 8-10 members in Western Ghats, which grow in streams and in waterfalls. This is one of them is Cladopus hookeriana. You can see this. It is attached on rock. When water recedes, these plants come in flowering, and this is a spory. These are the two stamens. This is the stigma. So they are very small and unique family in the many respects. Okay. Then these are insectivorous plants, Drosera burmani, Drosera indica, and Drosera peltata. Only these 3 species of Drosera we get in India. Then we have Balanophora species. This is Balanophora fungosa. These are male plants. These are the female plants. So they are also unique. Then these plateaus are flooded with flowers. See, this is a Smithia hirsuta. Smithia hirsuta, how it flowers and how the flower looks. Okay. So these are hirsuta. So Neoanatis subtilis. So this is a Neoanatis subtilis. See, entire plateau. Here this Dipcadi concanes, and that way it looks. So there are beautiful panoramas, and really it is a wonderful land for plants. This is Smithia purpurea. Always Smithia has usually yellow flowers. This is a Smithia bigemina, and these are Smithia purpurea. See this Smithia purpurea flower, which purple color and great ornamental value. Clemengia stabilifera. Right. Then see this. My laboratory has described about 78 species new to science. I will not go to them, but these are the species described by my laboratory. Right. So these are the species described by my laboratory. And Trithuria concanensis. This is a Trithuria concanensis which we discovered. I have some papers with Professor Dimitri on this plant, and it is a wonderful plant which we discovered, myself and Janardhanam, from this Western Ghats. Right. So Hygrophila auriculata, Hydrolia gelanica, Maulava spicata, Paracalis cariosus. Then this is Bahunia poinacea. Then you can see this fruit diversity. All names I will not take, but tremendous diversity. You know, enormous diversity we get in Western Ghats, and really we need many botanists to study these plants. But you know, people now, botany, nobody wants to take, everybody wants to go for laboratory research and bioprospecting and, you know, all advanced studies. These are the things, not that they are very important in today. So see the fruit diversity of Western Ghats. I will show many, but just to, for example, orchids, you can see this orchid diversity. There are a number of orchids. Most of them are endemic. Okay, so this presentation is with Professor Dimitri. You can take it. I will not read those because of time constraint. I want to finish it. Now, these are the orchids. You can see this orchid. And this orchid, here you can see this pollinia, which is attached to the head. And this is a orchid, well, about which I will say little. I have written one pollination mechanism in Cotonia peduncular. This is a Cotonia peduncular. Pollination biology is very interesting in orchids. Somebody show. See, this sixth petal is modified in such a way that it looks like insect. It smells like insects. It has eyes. it has wings. And you know, the wasp, this is a wasp, which takes this petal, sixth petal, labellum, as a female, copulate with it, and you know, that pollinia here get attached to its head, and then it goes to another flower and it is deposited on stigma. So this is a mechanism I have described in one journal, I mean in journal. So this is a orchid, and there are many things I can talk about and see the diversity of Western Ghats, and definitely you will be fascinated to see it. Arissimas. These are Amorphopalus of Western Ghats. Okay, see the Amorphopalus. Slides are self-explanatory. I need not to talk. Dipcadis of Western Ghats. Then this is the colchicine source, Camptozoa and Iphigenia. These are the Iphigenia species of Western Ghats. Iphigenias. Eriocolons, you know, more than 100 species of eriocolons are found in peninsular India. And almost 80% species are endemic to peninsular India. So many eriocolons, their evolution is worth understanding. Then, you know, flowers, diversity, this is the Anonnaceae member. See the diversity of flowers of Anonnaceae. I am showing all these members are from Western Ghats. See this Papilionaceae from Western Ghats. See this diversity, unique diversity. Proud. I mean, colors, size, shape, architecture, all these are the beautiful things. And really, I am lucky that I am studying botany and I am in Western Ghats. So see this diversity of Compositae, Asteraceae, diversity of Malvaceae. Then this I have shown. Asclepiads, so many Asclepiads. See these Asclepiads, Caralumas. This is a Prairia indica, okay, which is a monotypic. Now it is merged with some other genus. But anyway, see these Ceropegias. These are the Ceropegias of Western Ghats. Some more are there, but I am showing only from Northern Western Ghats. All of them, okay, almost all of them are under threatened categories. Some are critically endangered, some are endangered, and some are vulnerable. Now, only botanists know these Ceropegias. No other persons, politicians know. So responsibility comes to botanists for their conservation. Okay. So see these Utricularias, bladderworts of Western Ghats. So all these are bladderworts of Western Ghats, and this is the diversity. Commelina, you know, these are Murdanias, and you see this diversity, you can understand, right? So these are some flowers. Floral diversity of Western Ghats, if you see, it is really amazing diversity, amazing diversity. So these are the Barlerias. About 30 Barlerias are there in Western, in India, and most of them are in Western Ghats. Many of them are endemic, some of them are threatened. And I am happy to tell you, I have brought almost 22 Barlerias in our botanical garden. We are trying to grow and trying to, utilize and give them as an ornamental plant. So these are the Barlerias which we have. Impatiens, you know, what such a wonderful impatiens we have. All have great value, but only they grow in rainy season. And if they are in sunlight, they cannot keep their colors. You see this diversity of impatiens in Western Ghats, which is amazing diversity and amazing, amazing in color, size, shape, architecture. So this is amazing diversity. So what I want to say, that there is an amazing diversity in Western Ghats, but there are some pamphlets. These are begonias of Western Ghats. Okay. So I showed you some diversity of flowers, diversity of fruits, diversity of habitats. And then we have some charismatic animals. This is a leopard. This is a tiger. Okay, tiger and leopards. These, and for tiger, many people visit India. It is home for tigers, and that way Western Ghat. Many areas are declared as tiger reserves, and we are trying to save tiger. Okay, so these are macaque, Malabar macaques. So these are also unique animals from Western Ghats. Elephant, these are also very interesting. And gaur, Indian gaur. So these are some of the wild animals I am showing, for which people come, tourists come and visit to see these animals. Okay. Now, what are the threats to the ecosystem? You see, Khas Plateau, now it became tourism place in last 10 years. In one day, more than 10,000 people visit this place, trampling. Then they come, they are not really fit for ecotourism. And that way, tourism is one of the reasons why these Western Ghats are in problem, especially places with rich biodiversity, this tourism, because they are general public and they don't care for our biodiversity. So this is one threat to the biodiversity. Another, grazing. Lot of animals graze, and grazing is major reason for see these cows, buffaloes, all these on these plateaus. This is one reason why Western Ghats are in danger. Then forest fires. These forest fires create a lot of problem. People fire, grasslands, they put this one fire, and this entire forest burns, keeps on burning for days together. You can see these forest fires, which is a major reason for denudation of Western Ghats. You can see this after fire, what has happened to our trees. So this is a regular phenomenon in Western Ghat, which is leading to degradation of Western Ghats to a large extent. Now, another thing that we need electricity. So these plateaus, these are the places where people have gone for windmills. Now, these windmills have created a lot of problems for the flora and fauna of these plateaus. You can see these windmills are coming on plateaus. This is another major threat for biodiversity. You can see dam constructions, grazing, forest fires, windmills, mining, deforestation, over-exploitation. These are the major reasons. And, population is increasing, demands are increasing, and people, that way Western Ghat is under pressure, lot of pressure, in spite of government's efforts to conserve maximum area of Western Ghats. So these are the reasons because of which Western Ghats are in trouble. Right? Now, finally, I want to say that no, this is Mother Earth. I have shown you biodiversity. I am trying to educate people in India. Biodiversity, its importance, need for conservation, ways for conservation. In spite of that, there is a lot of pressure on biodiversity of Western Ghats. So finally, goal of human beings is to how we are going to hand over our Mother Earth to coming generations. This is a coming generation. We have to hand over our Mother Earth. This is a Mother Earth in intact form to our children, to our coming generations. And every species, every interesting place has to be kept intact and handed over to our coming generations. This is the concern of present generation, but under the name of development, under the name of business, economic growth, and so on, we are really doing great harm to our Mother Earth. That is always I talk with my people, with my student, and in Shivaji University, little efforts we have done to conserve ex situ conservation of biodiversity of Western Ghats. We have introduced more than 1,200 species in our lead botanical garden, especially endemic species, rare threatened species, and trying to do ex situ conservation and providing germplasm to the people. So this is what on my part I am doing for Western Ghats. but these efforts are very little. We need more efforts. So we have to give our Mother Earth intact to our coming generations. This is our concern. Okay. Now, I have understood one thing from plants. Plants are a unique creation of nature. Every organism is a unique creation of nature. Okay, every organism, and it has to be protected. Every plant species is unparalleled chemist. Unparalleled chemist. Every plant species. It is a witness of evolutionary history of life. It has phytogeographical significance. It has different functions in an ecosystem. It has a range of tolerance and distribution. It has spatial relationships. It has phylogenetic relationships. All these aspects are there. It is not just a research or publication of papers or, but protecting these species, caring for them, making them to survive is probably more important than, other types of works. And really speaking, I say my stomach, my health, and my breath is because of plants. All these basic requirements of life come from plants. So it is a biological capital. Biodiversity is a biological capital of mankind, which is far, far, far important than any other capital on this planet. Human beings should really protect their biological capital. Otherwise, they will suffer a lot in future. This is what I try to tell people in my different lectures throughout India. Okay, I have understood this. I am a plant student of plant sciences. Plants are best friends. Plants are best doctors, best artists, best designers, best engineers, best economists, best technicians, and probably they are the best scientists of the world. No human being can compete with plants as far as the processes are concerned and the cycles which are concerned. And finally, plants are the best teachers of our life. Best teachers of our life. And this is what I have understood. If there is a God, I am a student of science, I know. If there is a God, God is in the form of plant. Without plant, we cannot survive. Without plant, the world cannot exist. Of course, water is equally important, sunlight is important, but in between that, plant and human being, plant is a God for human being. So this is what I have understood, and I love plants. I think every one of us will love plant. And, really, I always feel whatever research I could do, and I could train my students. These are my students, PhD students, MPhil students. My strength is my student, because teacher is with many hands and he can do a lot of work. And my students are on their own way, trying to do something for conservation, something for bioprospecting, and doing something for betterment of our Mother Earth. And that is what, at this old age, I am so satisfied what I have done, what I have trained, that is working well, and that is my satisfaction. And I am really happy to share my experiences and Western Ghats with you. It is I am grateful to Professor Dimitri, all his team, and it was a great pleasure with them. And now also, in future also, we will be working together. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor. So maybe anybody has a question?
Hi, 5 minutes are left. If somebody has a question, I can answer.
Дорогие коллеги, если есть какие-то вопросы, задавайте, пожалуйста. Можно по-русски задать. I have a question on podostomacea. How do they look like in dry season?
Dry season, they completely dry. Only seeds are liberated they dry, they look like our liverwort plants, dried thallus on the rocky substratum, but they are completely dry. And only seeds, it is really unique. These seeds fall, and when first rains or second rainy season, they germinate and establish in that running water where we cannot stand. It is really a unique ecological adaptation of that plant.
So they are annuals.
They are annuals. All of them are annuals.
Yes, that's very interesting. Yes.
That is a very unique family.
Ну, дорогие коллеги, есть ли какие-то еще вопросы у кого-нибудь?
May I ask, Professor?
Конечно.
Yes?
Please.
Yes. First of all, I would like to say many thanks, Professor, for your interesting report and for the possibility to see many unique landscape, unique vegetation, and unique plants. But I would like to ask you about are there any native reserve on the territory of Western Ghats?
Yes, sir. Government has declared many reserves. For example, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. We have already declared. There are many areas which are declared as a protected areas, wildlife sanctuaries. And those areas which are unique, untouched, those areas are under, legal protection is provided to those areas, and government is trying to protect those areas. But, sir, suppose, still, there are many areas which need protection, but people's demand is so much on Western Ghats, especially medicinal plants, especially timber, and many times the efforts are not sufficient. But many protected areas in the form of wildlife sanctuaries, then World Heritage Sites, biosphere reserves, and such a protected areas have been declared in India, but especially more in Western Ghats. And efforts are being made for conservation of this biodiversity of Western Ghats.
Thank you.
When an area is declared as protected, can we say that it will be safe? How?
See, this is a very interesting question, because Forest Department does it. We academicians, we know what exists. Forest Department only does protection work. But exactly what happens in that ecosystem, what changes take place, that is not known, or even we are not allowed to do, allowed to go frequently and do research also. So protection is one way, sir. In situ conservation is the best way for conservation. In addition to that, Government of India has provided funding for lead botanical gardens in India. So those which are really endangered, threatened species, they are funding to bring them in a botanical gardens as a ex situ conservation. That is one measure taken for conservation. Third measure they have taken, restoration of some of the species which have become endangered. So many projects have been sanctioned, are being sanctioned for restoration and recovery of endangered plant species from Western Ghats. So that also good funding is given by Indian government to various organizations. Okay, state governments are also doing efforts for protection of diversity of various important areas. So there are efforts made, but exactly after protection, Khas Plateau, you have asked a very critical question. So it was declared as a World Heritage Site. It was protected by Forest Department. Initially, there was some activity. Many plants used to grow. Now, once they got protection, all grasses have taken over. And those delicate, nice plants have been eliminated from that area. So exactly now they want to remove that protection so that it can be recovered. So this is a, it is ecology and it is a long-term research which needs to be done, and right measures have to be taken. Not only protection will do, even other efforts have to be made.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So any other questions? I wanted to ask is there any species that is apparently extinct in wild nature but is conserved in botanical gardens?
Botanical gardens, sir, what I mean, from my own garden, I will give you example that many species I have brought, endemic species in botanical garden. Now they have started flowering and fruiting. What we do, we collect seeds and raise saplings. You have seen yourself, thousands of saplings we raise. And then we give it to common man, villagers. And many people are now interested in growing especially rare indigenous plants. So actually, it is not only institutional efforts of
Oh, we lost you, Professor.
Sorry, I don't know.
Now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Okay, so we are trying to raise the saplings of rare plants or indigenous plants, and now we are bringing in a public domain. I mean, people, this is people's property and they are growing whenever there is a place. So survival of especially rare endangered species has increased. If society is involved, probably we can do better. Only if you organizations do it, because we don't have that much space and so on. So our farmers, our gram panchayats and our villages, they are more interested now in endemic threatened plant species. Everybody wants to do some efforts for conservation of threatened species. So that way, it is a good move, and many people have become very much aware of importance of biodiversity with our education and this one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So is there any other question? So maybe not. Yes. So thank you very much, Professor Yadav, for that wonderful talk and so beautiful images. And we hope that the research will continue and that the nature will be safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me opportunity to interact with some of the scientists of your country, so that they can, what is Western Ghats and why we should concentrate on Western Ghats, not only India, because we have done wonderful work on some of the plant species from Western Ghats. Okay. You have given new guidelines to us that how we should go about more research on our plant. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we will post this video on our website for future advertisement of your research and Western Ghats. So thank you very much. So
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Have a good evening, and then we will.
Yes, sir. Tell my namaskar to everyone. Regards to everyone.
Yes.
Who came to our Kolhapur. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So
I am leaving the meeting, sir.
Yes, we are also leaving. So bye. Thank you.
Okay, sir.